Hello and welcome to my video all about how to do the purl version of the long tail cast on. If you don't already know how to do the usual knit version of the long tail cast on, I would definitely recommend learning how to do that first, because this purl version is a lot less common. When you do the knit version, you're basically making little dashes of yarn on the front, and on the back are little bumps or purl bumps. If, for whatever reason, you want those bumps of yarn on the front of your knitting when you're casting on instead, then you'll have to use this purl version. In order to do the long tail cast on, you're going to need a long yarn tail. In order to estimate how long this yarn tail needs to be, there are a few different methods. The first way is to use 12 inches of yarn tail per 20 stitches you want to cast on. The second way is to wrap your yarn once around your knitting needle per stitch you want to cast on, and then add 10 to 12 inches to that amount. And the last way is to simply use a yarn tail that's 3.5 times the width of your knitting project. Once you've decided how long your yarn tail needs to be, make a slip knot that distance from the end of the yarn. Tighten this slip knot around one of your knitting needles. Make sure that the yarn tail is towards you and the working yarn, which is connected to the ball of yarn, is furthest from you. You would then get into the slingshot position by gripping the two pieces of yarn using the bottom 3 fingers on your left hand, taking your index finger and thumb down between those two pieces of yarn, and then around and up. Then you need to take your right hand needle underneath the piece of yarn behind your index finger, from back to front, and then up. Then take your needle underneath the piece of yarn behind your thumb, from back to front, and then up again. Then go down through the loop of yarn around your index finger, and up. Then release the loop of yarn, and use your index finger to tighten the stitch, like so. And that's how you cast on one stitch. So take your right hand needle underneath a piece of yarn behind your index finger, from back to front, and up. Then underneath the piece of yarn behind your thumb, from back to front, and up. Then down through the loop around your index finger, and use your index finger to tighten the stitch. And you just repeat that until you've cast on all your stitches. When you've finished, you should have little bumps of yarn on the front like this. And on the back you should have little strands or little dashes of yarn like this. And that's it, that's how you do the purl version of the long tail cast on. I hope this has been useful and thank you very much for watching.